So this is going to be the Amazon Alexa presentation. Today it's brought to you by AMS. My name is Colton Lassiter. I will be giving you the rundown of this course today. Quick breakdown of what we're going to go over. What is Amazon Alexa? So these are all very broad, but they'll definitely make a lot more sense by the time we get to those points. So what is Amazon Alexa? Let's get started. Alexa devices, get the app, Alexa setup, ask Alexa, communicate with Alexa, entertainment on Alexa, adding smart devices, and one that I actually snuck in there right at the end was security and summary. So those will be the topics of conversation today. So what is Amazon Alexa? So Amazon Alexa capabilities. Basically, it is capable of voice interaction, music playback, making to-do lists, setting alarms, streaming podcasts, playing audiobooks, and providing weather, traffic, sports, and other real-time information such as news. That is a brief description, but another thing, more Alexa capabilities that we'll see on this screen. Alexa can also control several smart devices, using itself as a home automation system. So there is a very generic term, smart devices out there. So some are on this slide here. Up in the top left corner, that is a thermostat. That it's actually the Ecobee 3. That is a compatible Alexa device. So how nice would it be to, it's a little cold on the couch. Alexa, turn up the Ecobee 1 degree kind of thing. Bottom left, you'll see the Hue lights. These are my personal favorite smart home device that I own. The ability to turn a light on and off without using the switch, just using your voice, is actually very handy. Another one that's very handy is up in the top right corner. That is a smart switch, smart plug. So basically what they're good for is those hard to reach areas where you're constantly plugging and unplugging just to, say, turn on a lamp or something like that. Again, just using your voice to turn that plug on and off is surprisingly helpful. And the bottom one, I don't have the luxury of one of these, but they sure do look fun. That is the Roomba vacuum cleaner. So you can use your Alexa and basically tell it to do your chores for you. So notable types of smart devices. So we have, these are some pretty common ones. And again, fairly broad stroke here right off the start, but smartphones, smart cars, smart thermostats, smart doorbells, smart locks, smart refrigerators, phablets, which, to be honest, phablet is just another name for a tablet, smart watches, smart bands, smart keychains, smart speakers, and others. So before we get started, anyone out there have any smart devices in their home right now, by any chance?
Yeah.
And what do you have exactly? Oh, so you should be teaching this course.
The Google Mini that I'm throwing in the garbage.
Getting a Mini, eh?
Hence I'm on the
dumpster. Yeah, no, I've operated both myself a little bit, definitely more with the Alexa. And I personally prefer the Alexa setups. I just find the ease of use is much better that way. So yeah, now that we're in here, so 3 things needed to get started. So to start your home automation journey, you're going to need these 3 things. The Amazon Alexa app, the Amazon Alexa device, and internet. So we will break down the Amazon Alexa app and how you get that. And then we'll also go through some of the devices that you could get through Amazon as well. And internet is a fairly common thing. I think everyone should know what that is more or less. So recommended with Alexa. Now, this is my personal recommendation. I think having a Prime membership gives you a lot more out of your Alexa devices. As we'll get into more right here, right after this next couple slides, it gives you a lot more different skills and things that you will get a lot of use out of, and makes it a lot more enjoyable experience. Because Amazon members receive benefits, which include free fast shipping for eligible purchases, streaming of movies, TV shows, and music, exclusive shopping deals and selection, and much more. So one of the things you get with Prime membership is Prime Video, very similar to Netflix, unlimited streaming of movies and TV episodes for paid or for free trial members. If you get the Prime membership, you would be of the paid persuasion. Now, I just took down these quick little facts because I found them kind of interesting. As of January 3rd, which just passed, standard Netflix Canada subscribers will be paying $14.99 a month, up from $13.99. And premium subscribers will pay $18.99 a month, up from $16. So a $2 increase for the premium subscribers. Now, if we go to this is Prime subscriptions. Subscriptions in Canada cost $79 annually. In August 2018, the company also debuted a monthly plan at $7.99, which works out to $95.88 per year and can be canceled anytime. So as far as right off the bat, just streaming service for streaming service, Netflix charges more, and they're very comparable. I mean, Netflix, you might have to give the slight edge in content to, but they're clones of each other. But where I think the big difference is with Prime, you get Prime Music, which is an ad-free and on-demand access to curated playlists and stations. You get Prime Gaming, which link Prime Gaming with your Amazon Prime account. You get a free Prime Gaming channel subscription every month and exclusive access to free gaming content. And Prime Reading. So basically, you borrow books, magazines, and more, read them on your Fire tablet, your Kindle e-reader, or your Kindle reading apps for iOS and Android devices. So I don't see Netflix quite giving you that. And that's not to mention all the benefits of shipping you get from Amazon when you actually go to the main site and start purchasing items from them. So, yeah, in my opinion, the nod definitely has to go to Prime. So let's go through a couple Alexa devices. I just made some side notes for these. Just go through them here. So the first one we see is the Echo Dot. So basically, it's the base model of the Alexa products, the Echo Dot. In the default mode, this device continuously listens to all speech, monitoring for wake word to be spoken, like the word Alexa, which is primarily set up that way. So as you can see, very different looks, but very similar design and functionality. They both, considering how small they are, have quite a bit of speaker power, considering the one on the left, the third gen, is slightly bigger than a hockey puck. The other one I haven't actually had in my hands, but I think it just probably has a little bit beefier speaker inside. So a little bit louder, but very similar usage. And now this one is even another level. So all the same features as the Echo Dot, but with a much larger speaker built in, making it much better for like music. Now the Echo Spot. So you'll notice this one obviously looks quite a bit different. This one has a built-in screen that gives you a much more interactive interface. Using the screen, you can see everything from live Skype calls, weather forecasts, live updates, music playlists. With two of them, you can actually create a live camera feed. For example, set it up in a nursery to keep an eye on your child, kind of like a fancy baby monitor, if you will. And it's nice too, just the front of it there, you can actually put just a regular clock look on the front. So it looks pretty sleek, really. A lot of these devices do. I can't knock Alexa for looking clunky. This is the Echo Show. This is actually the Echo Show 5. they got the 8 and are coming out with the 10. So this picture is actually an older model. The new ones do look slightly sleeker and have bigger screens and probably a few more bells and whistles, but more or less the same. This device is similar to the Spot, but has a much more universal screen, giving you the ability to watch videos on several different platforms, videos like on YouTube, Netflix, and so on. You can check your compatible security cameras as well on these devices. For example, like Blink, Ring, any compatible ones that use a security camera around your house. You can just say, show me front door, and it will pop up right on that screen there. Now, this one is a little bit different. It's very much like a Dot, but just like in the name, the Echo Auto. This is the Auto version. This one is capable of basic Alexa commands such as playing music, creating lists, and hands-free phone calls. This device can be hooked up to your audio speakers in your vehicle via aux cable or through the Bluetooth. But we actually tried to use it in a work van we have, and it didn't have either of those, so it was kind of a paperweight in there. So just make sure before you were going to buy one of these that you have either the aux ability to plug in or Bluetooth in your vehicle. Most new vehicles will have one or the other, but the van didn't. So the Auto still needs internet though to operate, and it will require your phone data for it to work. So it's going to basically use your phone internet as its source of internet. So just keep that in mind. If you don't have a lot of data on your phone, probably don't want to use it too much. But it is great for road trips, I'll be honest. Playing trivia games and stuff like that on the road, just pass the time. It's quite fun. Now, this one here, this is my personal favorite. Probably the most universal of all the devices. This is the Fire TV Cube. It uses your television as its screen interface. It has the ability to do networking through the Home Plus compatible with any streaming service. Okay, clearly my note didn't make much sense there. Long story short, this one has Alexa built in, so you can use it as your smart home interface, and it will also do streaming things, such as like you can download hundreds of apps. And actually, our next slide here is going to be a quick video on just that. How's the sound for everyone?
Good.
Welcome to All Media Services free FireCube app videos. So this is the top free FireCube app. So you go to the left. I'm going to make this video very quick, guys. So you type in the app that you're looking for, and this is where you can find them to download them in as I start to label them off and show you here. I've already got them loaded into my cube, so I'm just going to scroll down to your apps and games, hit the see all here. This is the apps that I've loaded in, so let's start it up. YouTube has got to be the #1 app here, guys. There's billions, I would say, shows on this app. You could watch just about anything you want, from car repairs to car racing to podcasts. There's a little bit of everything on this app, guys, as well as movies and TV shows you can find too. That one you can definitely get for free. Here we go to CTV, another free one, but it does want you to subscribe to get all of the content, but you still got access to like 70%. So I go into the throwback section, look at all the shows I've got on here. I can click on there and I can watch entire seasons on this app. Okay, so our next one up is another Canadiana app here. We've got CBC Gem. We load that one in. Continue with free. See, sometimes they ask you these things, but you know what? They're giving it to you for free. We're not going to pay for this one. Here we go. You can go right in and watch entire seasons of shows, catch up on things. Really great app as well. Our next one that we're going to go to is going to be some movies here. We're going to go to our Tubi app. So Tubi has got a lot of movies, guys. This one has a ton of free movies. Now you got to watch commercials, but you know what? You're not paying for it. But look here, guys. Look at all the shows, right? I like to go to categories here. Then you pick the category that you want. Look, and it loads in all those shows. Look at all the shows, guys. I can't believe you can get all this for free. That's unreal. All right, so our next one over is going to be similar to this Tubi app. It's called Plex. So you load in the Plex app here. This one I like. It's got a couple other things on it. So if I go down to live TV here, you can scroll down. These are all TV channels that you can watch, guys. Look at all the channels on here. That's live TV streaming, guys. This is not even the movies that they have on this one. But I'll go to their movies and TV section here. Look at all the shows they got, guys. A ton of shows, and I'm not even scrolling over to the right because there's even more over this way. Really great app. Okay, the next app is a news app that I really, really enjoy, Haystack News. So this one is a news channel you set for you. You pick the news feeds that you want coming in. I even select my area, so it gives me my weather report and everything. I can change my channels on this to play different shows on it as well too. Really, really great app. Okay, so we'll quit this one. We're going to go over to the FilmRise TV app. So this one has a lot of shows on it. I have to say I found some older shows that I really did enjoy watching when I was a kid. I went through and started watching them again. Felt really great. But one of the things that I like to do with this one is if you go down here to popular channels, you can pick the entire stream for just the comedy feeds. So here we go, comedies here. Look at all the shows, guys. And I'm not even scrolling all the way over to the right. So there is a lot of content on these ones. So that's the FilmRise channel. So our next one that we're going to go to is going to be, see, I'll kick this all the way out, so we just got to scroll back in here. I'm going to go to Popcorn Flicks. So Popcorn Flicks is another movie app. They just don't have quite as many movies as some of the other ones, but definitely worth it because, once again, they're free. Okay, so we'll go back out of Popcorn. We're going to go over to Amazing Movies here. Here we go, Amazing Classics. So this is a really great one, guys. You get to see a lot of your older shows, stuff that I'm telling you, I mean, I don't even know if you could go out to the store and find it any longer, right? I mean, this is like, wow, Abbott and Costello and stuff, like, wow, I can't believe it. This is pretty cool. Next one up we're going to go to is TED TV. So TED TV has got a lot of educational stuff, a lot of different topics about changing your life, personal growth, business, technology. I like this channel. It's got a lot of really great stuff on it. Okay, following up on this one then, I'm going to go to, well, it's right in the title, Watch Free Flicks. Free movies instantly. So this one, a lot of B-rate shows, I would say. But you know what? You still get some pretty good entertainment out of them, and you're not paying anything for it, right? So definitely worth checking out. Okay, our next one that we're going to go to here is going to be CNN Go. So CNN News Channel, American News. If you like that, you can get it. This is one of those channels that they want you to subscribe to as well to get all of the content, but you can still get at least 50% of it. You can see live TV come up right away. We'll just scroll on here. Oh, watching a limited preview. So I'm going to go, let's just go back here for a second. Featured. Yeah, here we go. So you can go through now and watch different articles on stuff here. Yeah. So, yep, you definitely can access a lot on here. Definitely, if you like your CNN, you can go to that. Next one up that we're going to go to is going to be our City TV app. So just like the CTV and the CBC, a lot of content on here, but they want you to subscribe to watch a lot of these shows. But you definitely can still get a lot for free on here too. So go in and check it out. Okay, following our City TV app, we're going to go to Twitch. So this is one that is definitely for our younger audience. If you like watching people play video games, well, here you go. You've got live channel feeds from Twitch here, all through here. Look at all the feeds. You can watch them game. Following our Twitch is we're going to go to the Global TV app. So similar to CTV, CBC, and the City TV apps, this is the global app. So you can get quite a bit on here for free, but it's definitely pretty select on stuff, but there is a lot of good content to go through and check on this one as well too. So after Global TV, we're gonna go to Red Bull TV. So this one's really enjoyable and it's all free. If you like some extreme sports, not even some of the extreme sports, just some great stuff like snowboarding and surfing, you've got a ton of stuff on here to watch, right? You can watch all sorts of stuff on here, and it's usually really great videos. Okay, up here next is our Western Mania. So this has got a ton of Western content. This is a really great one to get grandma or grandpa, or you know what, I have to admit it, even me. Look at this. We've got John Wayne movies. Here we go. Look at all the movies you got from John Wayne, just like that, guys. I mean, come on. This is awesome, right? Guys, definitely, I hope you enjoyed seeing some of these. There is some other ones on there I may give mentions to later on, but the ones I showed you now are fantastic ones and very easy to use. You don't have to jailbreak it. You can just go right to watching your TV.
All right. Yeah, so as you've seen, that was a video. The reason I chose that was just to show how much free stuff. Kelly, who presented that, is actually, he didn't touch on any of the stuff that actually costs money, which a lot of people will at least have one or two of those as well, like your Netflix, your Prime, Disney Plus, those kinds of things. So that's why it's my favorite. It's got video games. It's got, all kinds of fun stuff. Now, this is another quick video, a little bit more on the video game side, but it's only about a minute long, so it's a little quicker. So I will show you this one. Okay. So that is, as you can see, a few of the video games that you can get through the Fire Cube, and so hours of fun there as well. So now that we've kind of gone over what the devices are, what they're capable of, on that note, let's get into how we actually kind of set them up. So after you have your device, you're going to get the app. So step one to get the app is open your app store on your mobile device. So Android, that would be your Google Play, and for Apple, that's your App Store. Step two, search for the Amazon Alexa app, and it should look just like that lighter blue box on the bottom there. So you would click on that, then you would install it and open it. So now, once you have the app and you have your device, you want to set it up. So at the bottom of the home screen, you will see devices. So if you were to click on that, it brings you to this screen here. Up in the top right corner, which I have the arrow to, if you hit the plus sign, that will bring you to add device, add group, or combine speakers. Basically, those things we're not going to touch on completely, except for the add device at this moment. And then it'll ask you what type of device it is. So in this case, we're setting up, I set up a Dot, the third generation that we've seen earlier in the slideshow, which will come up here. So you would click on your Amazon Echo, which I have circled in red. There's a picture of the one I was setting up. It was setting up. So is your Echo plugged in and in setup mode? once your Echo is plugged in, the light will turn orange after about a minute, indicating that the device is ready to be set up. So if you see it, which in the picture I tried to get, it was actually orange, but it didn't really come out that way. But you can see in the top animated picture that, yeah, an orange light will be flashing. So if that's the case, you would hit yes. If it's flashing any other color, I did notice when I was trying to set mine up and I took too long because I was making a slideshow at the same time, that it turned purple. So what I had to do is I had to hold down that reset button. So that's just the little dot button for about, I'd say 5 to 10 seconds. You'll know all the lights will go out. It'll reboot. And again, after a minute, it should come back on and be flashing orange. So then, yeah, you would hit the yes, which you see on the left-hand side down at the bottom. When you hit yes, it starts searching for your device. So make sure your device is nearby, plugged in, and in setup mode, which we kind of just went through, making sure. Select your Amazon Echo. So if you're only doing one device, it should only find one device. When the light on your Echo device turns from blue to orange, which again, we just went through, then you can click on the Echo Dot. Then it starts searching for Wi-Fi. So make sure your device is nearby, plugged in pairing mode. If your phone is already hooked up to your home Wi-Fi network, then Alexa should automatically connect to that network. So basically, it's already integrating with your phone and using the that setup to hook to your internet instantly. So if you have any troubles in the settings, you can actually set up using your password or change networks to a 2.4 or 5G network or something along those lines. But it actually was super easy. And then just like that, your Echo Dot is now connected. So now you're ready. At this point, you can start to talk to Alexa. So blah, blah, blah. Okay, so talking to Alexa. So here's another quick video I'm going to show you guys. This is another one done by Kelly that I thought was pretty neat. It goes over a few very common things to ask. And again, is the volume good for everyone?
All media services, value, care, connection.
Okay.
Today we're going to be doing a product review on the Fire TV Cube. Alexa, good evening.
Good evening, Your Awesomeness. Is there something I can do for my hard-working men?
Alexa, find phone.
Calling Kelly.
Alexa, hang up. Alexa, turn on TV.
Okay.
Alexa, open Big Sky.
Currently, it's 7 degrees and feels like
Alexa,
6 with clear...
Cancel. Alexa, set appointment.
Okay. Which day and what time?
For Saturday at 8 a.m.
And what's the name of the event?
Breakfast with Emma.
I'll schedule breakfast with Emma on Saturday, September 12th at 8 a.m. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, I've added that.
Alexa, check calendar.
Your next 4 events are... Labor Day is in progress and lasts all day. Tomorrow at 8:50
Alexa,
a.m. there's double call.
Cancel. Alexa, play Global National News.
Getting that from YouTube.
Alexa, pause. Alexa, resume. Alexa, volume down. Alexa, volume up. Alexa, home. Alexa, set alarm for 1 minute.
1 minute, starting now.
Alexa, say good morning in Spanish.
Good morning. In Spanish is... Buenos días.
Alexa, give me a famous line.
Here is a quote. Who's shooting who? Henkel's, the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Alexa, turn off TV.
Okay.
All right. so that's a quick video of just some of the things. I mean, he did all that, didn't even have to pick up a remote or his phone or anything. That was all just voice controlled. And I found a list of things. I don't know if it's everything. I mean, that changes every day, but it was a vast list. I didn't count it, but I had to say there was at least 1,000 different commands on this list of things you could ask it. Several things, to be completely honest, I wasn't exactly sure what they were. Just the vastness of this is mind blowing, to be completely honest. So what to ask your Alexa? So my favorite commands is these, or a few of them anyways, are as follows. Set timer. There's something about just throwing something in the oven and yelling at Alexa to set a timer that just is awesome. I mean, the really old school way is the old egg timer or something like that, or on the microwave or the stove itself, but just throw it in, walk away, and say start a 10-minute timer, and away you go. It's very easy. Create shopping list. That one was something I didn't really think I would use much when I first got it, but I am finding myself using it more and more. And the reason I like it is because you seldom don't have your phone on you when you're in a grocery store. And when you create the list by saying, Alexa, add milk to shopping list, it shows up instantaneously on your list. And then it keeps track of it. And then when you're at the store, you got your list with you and you never forget it at home or lose it in your purse or anything like that. So pretty handy. The weather, it's nice in the morning. Just as you get up, you just ask it the weather. Gives you a brief forecast. It's not super intricate, but gets the job done. Lets you know what kind of day you're going to be having. Set reminders, as Kelly did in the video. That one is also quite handy. You know, if you're forgetful, you just say set reminder. It'll ask what is it and when is it, and then it's set. And basically, it'll just alert you via the app or at home when that reminder is up. Another one Kelly did that I think is very underrated is the call my phone. Everyone, I'm sure, has misplaced their phone in their house before. If you're like me, sometimes it doesn't work great because I often have my ringer turned off. But if you have your ringer on and you use Alexa to call your phone, you'll never lose it again. Play a certain song. So I am a big music fan, and I like quite a bit of music ranging in pretty much any genre. And I have rarely stumped Alexa. Usually it'll know the song and it'll play it no problem. So play trivia. I did mention that earlier. There's trivia from very specific, like Harry Potter or, movie trivia, to, history trivia, to geographical trivia. It ranges there's lots of different types. And then sports scores. For myself, I'm a big sports fan, so you can actually set it up so it knows your teams and your teams only. So when you ask the scores, it will just give you those scores. So now, one thing with this is the skills and games. So if you click on more, this is where you can really fine tune your Alexa and its abilities to what you want it to do. So when you click on more, it will bring this up. Then you will click on skills and games. Once you're in here, you'll see, like right on top there, Alexa ask the question of the day. That is one I actually used. It'll just give you a trivia question every day, and you kind of compete against others. You can link it to other people's if you'd like, or just kind of compete on a global scale. And it's not a competitive thing, but it's just a fun little game that I downloaded. You also see there sleep sounds. Sleep sounds are a huge part of Alexa for me. I have one in my bedroom, and I myself like the TV on to fall asleep to, whereas my girlfriend is the polar opposite of that. She likes it quiet. So as a compromise, we have found a few different sleep sounds that we like to listen to fall asleep. And surprisingly works very well. And like I said earlier, even though they're small, the sound is very clear on the device, the Dot that I have. And I would recommend it. Give it a try. I've heard that from coworkers as well, that it works for them. So, and you'll see across the top there, that's the Discover. Now, when you click on categories in the middle, these are the categories. So these are very vague, but as you can already see, there's a huge variety of skills that can be downloaded. To fully get them, you'd have to kind of look through them. You can Google popular ones if you were curious and wanted a little direction, but you'll see everything, from movies, TV, music, audio, news, novelty and humor, productivity, shopping, smart home stuff, social media stuff, sports, new arrivals. Because obviously there's always new skills coming in. Business and finance, education and reference, food and drink, games and trivia, health and fitness, kids, lifestyle, and your local stuff. And if you look really closely, that's actually a picture of the Colonel. You can order food through Alexa, and it'll be delivered to your door. Everyone needs that. KFC delivered. Okay, so this is a skill that I didn't know about actually until I did this presentation and was doing a bit of homework on it. The Alexa Guard skill turns your Echo smart speaker into a security device, listening for signs of trouble such as glass breaking or smoke alarm going off. Your Alexa app will then notify you when it hears anything suspicious. I don't know how that would work with pets. I have a large dog and I live by a busy street. He tends to bark sometimes, so I wouldn't want that to be alerting me all day. But I mean, if he wasn't home and we were out and about, that's pretty handy right there. And I know from experience that Alexa picks up my voice, from another room sometimes. She's got ears on her. So that can be a very helpful thing. There's also a paid version of that app, or that skill, sorry, that is $50 a month, and it would notify local authorities, is what I'm trying to say, if you're having a break-in. So pretty neat, I thought. Now, communicate with Alexa. So that is not actually communicate with Alexa, that is communicate with Alexa. So what I mean by that is you'll see down at the bottom, communicate. So when we click on that one, it brings up these options. So first we're going to go through call, but you'll see a few others up there. But let's start with the call. So when we click on call, it's going to look very similar to like a phone index. Because again, once you set it up, it wants to pair with your phone to give you more abilities. So you can search your contacts. So just type in the name of the person you're trying to find. You can add a contact. So if you were to click on that, you just simply punch in the people's information, first name, last name. You can even do nicknames, which can be fun. And then the relationship to you, if you want to go that far, you just punch in the mobile number and add the phone number, and boom, it would be right in there, which is all the alphabetical contacts you have. So really easy to add. And then you can also call any of the devices in your house. So basically you're just going to call an Alexa device in, say, the living room if you were upstairs and didn't want to go downstairs to go talk to somebody. Now, message. So what I found interesting about the message is this is like text message, more or less, but it uses Alexa's voice to communicate. But what I noticed is it didn't have a lot of my contacts. The reason being that it only has a select few is that these people, even though I hadn't talked to them, they have registered Alexa devices that are open, that I could potentially send a message to, say, Davy Boy there, and he would have the option to accept the call or not, or and I could communicate with them via the Alexa. So, but only if they have it and it's an open system. So that's why these people show up here. Anyone in your home, Beautiful or Colton Lassiter, that's me. Obviously, we're on the same connection. So another neat thing I noticed. So when I clicked on Beautiful, which is my girlfriend, by the way, I circled the two things. So you have phone call, so you can just quickly call her. But what was neat is the camera one. So I don't know if anyone's noticed, but you can't FaceTime with an Apple phone directly unless you have another Apple phone. My girlfriend has a Samsung, I have an Apple, but through this app, we can FaceTime. Now, of course, you could Skype or Zoom or, do a bunch of other ways to look at each other while talking. But I thought that was a neat way to just really quickly communicate through video using two separate phones from the Android and the Apple worlds. And then you also see just our brief little more as an example is what we were doing down at the bottom, but that was us texting back and forth. And it's kind of funny sometimes to text to another room and hear how Alexa says certain things. So last two, I'm going to kind of clump together. We have the drop-in and the announcement. So they're kind of similar, but kind of different. So the drop-in, you would pick which device you want to drop in on. It will give a notification in that room. It'll make kind of a do-do-do sound. And then you just basically talk like a phone call. So you're just going to start talking, and then the other person is just talking through the Alexa, and so are you. And you can actually do that from outside the home. So if you're on the road and you know your kids are at home watching movies, you can touch base with them just by saying that, or saying, sorry, Alexa, drop in. And then also the announcement is handy. You could say, Alexa, make announcement, and then throughout the whole home, it's going to make that announcement, and it's going to say, for example, supper's ready. So anyone within earshot of Alexa will hear that announcement and come get fed. So, okay. Entertainment on Alexa. So this one, again, that's broad because as you've seen, we've gone through a lot of entertaining things with it already. But when it says play, where it says play, if you were to press that, it gives you radio stations and podcasts, and you can download your own, like Spotify or Apple Music streaming services for music to this thing. And then it's in here, and once your Alexa's linked, you can, if you had Spotify hooked to it, now your library's infinite, right? You can pretty much request any song, set up playlists, all that kind of stuff. You'll also see here too, there's another one of those pink noise up in the top left. So that's another one of those sleep aid things that I was talking about. And then right below it, we had some holiday favorites. That is a 24/7 commercial-free radio station that was playing just Christmas songs. So yeah. And you'll see down at the very bottom on the right side, manage services. That you can do your Apple Podcast, hook up your Spotify, you can link your Sirius XM, Deezer. So yeah, all kinds of services to link up. And there is more than that. Okay, so now adding smart device. So this is another video, one that I made up about a smart plug. So it's going to do a quick walkthrough of how you would set that up. Hi there, this is Colton with All Media Services. Today we're going to be doing a product review of the Amazon Smart Plug. So that's this little guy right here. So we're just going to open the box quick and look inside. We have the plug, the back side. You can see there's a QR code on there, so that probably will come in handy. This one booklet, QR code on the back. Let's set this up. Okay, so step one is you plug it in. And then you should get a blue light. There it is. So that just means you're ready for the next step. Now what we need the Alexa app. It's a free app to download. It's the Amazon Alexa app. You'll see it on your screen there. So when we click on that, we get devices on the bottom. And then up in the top right corner, you see the little plus sign there. We want to click on that, and then that way we can add our device. So now it's going to ask us what type of device, and we know it's a plug, so right near the top there, click on that. And then it shows us all the different brands that you can get smart plugs that are compatible with Alexa. So there's all kinds of different ones. Obviously the one we're setting up is the actual Amazon one. So then here, connect to your Amazon plug with Alexa. We're going to go, next. And then now it's asking for the 2D barcode, which we seen earlier is on the back of this. So we're going to scan. Now it is looking for our plug. So it says, just going to take a second here, may take up to a minute. So this product's super easy to install. The reason it's so easy in this video though is we have done a lot of the back end work already. We've got an Amazon account, number one, and we've downloaded the app, number two. Now, this will walk you through, these booklets will walk you through it from step one all the way to complete. It's still really easy to set up. Yeah, so there we go, Amazon plug connected. So now it's going to ask, add your plug to a group. I do recommend this if you get several products from Amazon. Just to keep it kind of under control, you want to add it to a group so you kind of know where things are. Because say for example you got 20 of these plugs around the house, who's to know which one's doing what, and then you're clicking and you're turning off the TV upstairs when you meant to turn the one on downstairs kind of thing. So we're going to name this one, we're down in the basement. So let's go with basement, add to group, and just like that, first plug added to basement. And first plug is set up and ready to use. Done. Okay, so it's that easy. So we'll do a few tests, show you how this thing works. What we're going to use the plug-in for first is our Christmas tree. So as you can see on the app, power is off. So there's two ways to do it. When you're on the app, you can just simply hit the button and it comes right on. No having to reach in behind the tree anymore, just on and off. The other option is to say it when you're in the app. Alexa, turn on basement plug.
Did you mean basement?
Oh, I just labeled it basement. Yes, Alexa, basement.
Okay.
Just like that. So obviously you see how handy this can be. Now, one thing I should mention, we are using the app. So you always have to be on the app to use the voice control. What makes this another level of easy and awesome is if you actually have Alexa set up already in your home. There's tons of devices. There's the Fire Cube, you got your Dots, anything that runs Alexa will be able to get rid of the app. And then now suddenly you're good to go just using your voice. So definitely that would make it really nice and easy. But on and off, this is pretty easy too. Saves digging behind the tree. If you enjoyed this video by AMS, go to our YouTube and subscribe, or check us out on Facebook and give us a like. You can also find all these great products and more at the AMS website. Okay, yeah, and I guess I should mention most of these videos are on our YouTube page. So we got quite a bit more content, and it's ever growing as we do more and more videos. We're putting them out there for the masses to enjoy. So yeah, so anything you've seen here today, you can watch again on YouTube or many more. So check that out if you're interested. So like we were talking about devices, as you can see, these are the devices according to the setup screen for a device. So as you can see, it's very vast because when you click on any one of these, there's more than one version that can be set up through Alexa. So like earlier, we set up the Amazon Echo. I've talked about those Hue lights, the plug you just watched the video for, but you can do light switches, cameras, automated locks for your doors, garage door opening and closing, locking, security systems, hubs, routers, thermostats, vacuum cleaners, TVs, Bluetooth speakers, headphones. I mean, heck, coffee makers, like car accessories, development device, air purifiers, fans, and other. So yeah, there's a lot of things that you can utilize to make your smart home smarter. So the security is what I wanted to talk about. Security is a big factor for a lot of things nowadays. So just I wanted to touch on a couple helpful things that I uncovered about how to make your Alexa safer. I think a lot of people, the number one thing that I've heard about them is, well, she listens to me talk. So yeah, I mean, that is a little unnerving to some. Myself, I'm not too worried about it. Worst thing is that I might be yelling at a football game and it might hear that. But, for some people, that is a big issue. But here's a few tricks to make it more secure and maybe give you a bit of peace of mind. So when you click on more, this is again on your home page down in the bottom right corner. Then you go to your settings, Alexa privacy. So you'll see these four main categories. We'll go through them one at a time and discuss what they're about here. So review voice history. So review voice history is basically, it is keeping track of the things that you say to it throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the year. So, to avoid somebody getting on there that you don't want to and potentially seeing these, you can delete them daily. In here, you can also set it up later, which you'll see very soon, to just say delete my voice history. So yeah, it's very easy to do, and then that way it's not keeping tabs on you, if you will. The next one is manage smart home device history. So when we go in there, now what this says, Alexa receives information about the status and use of your third-party smart home devices, such as state of your connected switches, on or off, the thermostats, set temperature, household temperature. Now, you can delete your third-party home device status history, but some Alexa features may be degraded. Deleting the history will not delete other information about your smart home devices, such as name or device type. Now, basically, what I gather from that is it just might, it's collecting data to make it work better a lot of times for you. Specifically, like they used the thermostat as an example. So as trends change, your heat goes up and down. It's constantly learning to try to be as efficient as possible. By deleting that, you potentially might kind of knock it backwards and out of its sync. But again, it's an option that they give you. So if you don't want that information to be saved, it won't be, right? Now, Alexa privacy. Or sorry, manage skill permissions. That's where we're at. So in here, you'll see, so allows you to manage skill permissions for your account configured for Alexa devices. No skills have been given permissions to access on my account. So as you access device street address. So if you ever had to put that in to a skill, it would be on here and it would let you know. So there's actually quite a few more underneath that I didn't get on this slide, but it is telling you basically any information that you have out there to these third-party skills that you can see, any personal information. For the most part, I've downloaded quite a few, and they haven't given any of my information to them whatsoever. But like I said earlier about, say, that Alexa Guard one, if it's a paid thing, obviously you will have to give some information at that point. So yeah, you can hide it and stuff. And the last one we'll talk about is manage your Alexa data. So there's a few different segments of this one. So voice recordings. Voice recordings are used to better understand requests and personalize the Alexa experience. Listen to and delete voice history here. So this is what I was talking about earlier. If I enabled the deletion of my voice or by voice, then I can simply say, Alexa, delete what I just said, or Alexa, delete everything I said today, or Alexa, delete everything all time. And then that way it's not going to be saved. The next one is the smart home device. This is on the same page. I just broke them down because I thought these were quite important. So you can choose how long it saves the history. So Alexa receives information about the status using third-party home devices connected to Alexa, such as the state of your connected switches on and off. So we kind of just talked about this, but you can automatically set it up. So it will automatically delete it in, say, a week, every week, or every month, or however long you want it to be saved on there. Or you can save history until you delete it. Help improve Alexa. So use voice recordings. So training Alexa with recordings from a diverse range of customers helps ensure that Alexa works well for everyone. While this setting is off, your voice recordings will not be used to develop new features or manually reviewed to help improve our services. Only an extremely small fraction of voice recordings are manually reviewed. If you turn this off, voice recognition and new features may not work well for you. So it's kind of saying you should, again, up to you, you know, what you want to do from that point. Use messages to improve. Allow Amazon to use the messages you send with Alexa to improve transcription accuracy. And then I had some personal information that I blocked out down at the bottom. So yeah, you can basically make it so it doesn't remember anything you've ever said. I guess actually before I get to that, the other thing you can do is on any Alexa device, there's, you know, that has a camera or a microphone, you can simply turn it off. There's a button on every single one right on the device that you can turn it off. We do, or like I've heard that it's recommended to do that. I myself maybe don't do as much as I should. But again, I'm just not, I don't know, saying too much that I don't, you know, that I'm worried about, I guess. Now, Amazon as a whole, this was kind of an interesting graphic that I found. This was done by a company that does security. So they rated Amazon out of 950, and it got a 783. So if you're worried about being linked to Amazon and that this company might get hacked and then all your information will be exposed, a company like Amazon is very big. They have lots of security built in. When you think about a company with that many credit cards in their system, they better have some good security. Now, will a hack never happen or ever happen? It's hard to say. I mean, hackers, it's ever changing, right? But so is their security to avoid anything like that. So I just thought this was neat. It kind of broke down, as you can see in the top left corner, their score. And then just kind of like their website got an 802, their communications got a 923, and their business checks got a perfect score of 950. So, okay. So now, yeah, and this is kind of what I just talked about. The FTC gives tips about how you can protect yourself and your business from credit card fraud online. One of those tips is to submit your credit card information only to reputable or trusted companies when making purchases. And Amazon, given its position as a leading online retailer, qualifies as a reputable company. Also, if you print all of your Amazon purchase receipts, you'll have you'll have an accessible record of credit card purchases, so you can quickly spot fraud if it does occur. Beyond that, Amazon advises that you never send your credit card information in an email. So yeah, and that's just good practice all around. Just don't ever put your credit card number in emails. Don't open emails that you're not sure who they're from. And I mean, for sure who they're from. That's, how you can get a lot of issues. So here, so this one, I guess I forgot my arrow on this one, I see. But it was the account settings, is what I wanted to go into. Because one more thing is that, and not even so much from a stranger, but potentially someone in your home, you can use Alexa to, like I said earlier, order chicken, but you can use it to order, $1,000 set of speakers or something, for example. So you can voice order through this. So what they recommend is to edit the voice. So at the bottom, the voice code, you enable that, which I currently had it off. It requires a 4-digit voice code to confirm Amazon purchases and payments. So you just basically set it up, and if you don't have the code, you can't voice order. It's that easy. Or you can turn the purchase by voice completely off. That's another option. So, in summary, as an Alexa user, I truly believe that there are many benefits to setting up these devices. Technology is not something to be afraid of, but to be embraced. Learning to use a device like any of these Alexa products we've talked about can be a very enjoyable experience. More and more people are getting on the smart home bandwagon. The ease of use and the ease of setup make getting these devices a smart move. And then I just found another graphic for closing here that I found kind of interesting. So it just breaks down a few stats that like 72% of people own a voice assistant, say that talking to it is part of their daily routines. So obviously people that do own one tend to get quite a bit of use. Another thing is 52% are placing voice assistants in the living room / family room, 25% in the bedroom. I have actually one in both. And like I said, I use my Fire Cube to watch TV, and I use my Dot to, turn off lights so I don't have to get out of bed, turn my TV on and off, and also for the sleep sounds that we talked about. 41% said that using the device feels like talking to a friend or at least another person. I mean, it's enjoyable. Would I say I'm buddies with Alexa? You know what? Probably. COVID times, everyone gets a little lonely. It's fun to have another voice in the house sometimes. So 52% are open to getting deals or learning about sales. So yeah, I mean, I found the top ones more interesting. The bottom is just kind of, not too relevant, but that was our presentation today. So I hope you enjoyed it.